Around town, ordering a meal.
Hello, I'll be your waiter today. Can I start you off with something to drink?
Yes, I'll have iced tea, please.
And I'll have lemonade.
Okay, are you ready to order, or do you need a few minutes?
I think we're ready. I'll have the tomato soup to start, and the roast beef with mashed potatoes and peas.
How do you want the beef? Rare, medium, or well done?
Well done, please.
And I'll just have the fish with potatoes and a salad.
Language notes. Can I start you off with something to drink? Notice how the question starts with can. Since this is a yes-no question, the intonation rises at the end. And I'll have lemonade. Notice how Anna stresses I'll and lemonade to emphasize her choice. Are you ready to order, or do you need a few minutes? The word or signals a choice here. Notice the rising intonation on order and the falling intonation on minutes. The first choice is, are you ready to order? And the second choice is, do you need a few minutes? I'll have the tomato soup to start and the roast beef with mashed potatoes and peas. Notice that tomato soup, roast beef, mashed potatoes, and peas are stressed because the food order is the important information here. Notice also that tomato soup, roast beef, and mashed potatoes are compound words. The stress falls on the second word in each phrase. Well done, please. Notice that the subject and verb are omitted in the response. Only the necessary information is given. I'll just have the fish. Anna says just here to mean that she does not want a starter.
Around town, at the doctor's office.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I have a bad cough and a sore throat. I also have a headache.
How long have you had these symptoms?
About 3 days now, and I'm really tired too.
Sounds like you've got the flu. Take aspirin every 4 hours and get plenty of rest. Make sure you drink lots of fluids. Call me if you're still sick next week.
Okay, thanks.
Language notes. What seems to be the problem? Means, what is the problem? Notice that the intonation falls at the end of the question. The doctor wants information, not a yes-no answer. Well is used as an introductory word. Notice how the vowel is drawn out to sound like well. This can be used as a way to buy time while you think about what you want to say next. A bad cough, a sore throat, a headache. Notice the article a before each symptom. About is used to mean more or less. It's used here to give an estimate of time. Take aspirin, get rest, make sure, call me. Notice the doctor uses the simple tense here to give instructions. This is the imperative form of the verb. Still sick means continue to be sick.
Around town, asking directions.
Excuse me, could you tell me where the library is?
Yes, it's that way. You go 3 blocks to Washington Street, then turn right. It's on the corner, across from the bank.
Thanks. I've only been in town a few days, so I really don't know my way around yet.
Oh, I know how you feel. We moved here a year ago, and I still don't know where everything is. Language notes.
Could you tell me is slightly more polite than can you tell me? Could you tell me where the library is? Notice that library is stressed here because it is the word with the important information. This is an indirect question, so the subject, the library, comes before the verb, is. The word order is reversed in a direct question. Where is the library? Yes, it's that way. Notice the stress on that. The speaker is pointing in a certain direction and wants to emphasize that direction. I know how you feel is a way of saying, I understand. Notice the emphasis on feel. The speaker wants to show empathy and understanding. I still don't know where everything is. Notice the word order of where everything is. The subject, everything, comes before the verb, is. This word order is different from the direct question, where is everything?
Around town. Calling for help.
Hey, that car just ran a red light and hit that truck.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't know. Let's call 911. Hello? I'd like to report a car accident near the post office on Charles Street. It looks like a man is hurt. Yes, it just happened. Okay, thanks, bye.
What did they say?
They're going to send an ambulance and a police car right away.
Good, they're here. I hope the man is okay.
I know. You have to be so careful when you're driving.
Language notes. Hey! This expression is used to show surprise. Notice how that car just ran a red light and hit that truck is said with a lot of energy. Is anyone hurt? This is a yes-no question, so the intonation rises at the end. Notice how this question is asked in a worried way. 911 is the phone number you dial for emergency services. The person who answers will ask you questions about the emergency situation and then send out the necessary emergency services, which may include police officers, firefighters, and an ambulance. I'd like to report a car accident near the post office on Charles Street. Notice how the keywords car accident, post office, and Charles Street are stressed. These are the important details that the emergency services need. It just happened is a way of saying it happened a moment ago. Notice the stress on just, which emphasizes that the accident happened very, very recently. What did they say? Notice how say is emphasized, but the intonation falls at the end of the word. This is a what question, so the intonation falls at the end.
Around town. At the supermarket.
Hey, Julia, look at those desserts. How about baking some cookies today?
Yeah, that's a great idea. While we're here, let's pick up the ingredients.
Okay, what do we need?
The recipe calls for flour, sugar, and butter. Oh, and we also need eggs and chocolate chips.
Why don't you get the dairy ingredients? You'll find those in the refrigerated section in the back of the store. I'll get the dry ingredients. They're in aisle 10.
Great, let's meet at the checkout.
Okay, see you there.
Language notes. How about is a casual way to suggest doing an activity. Notice that how about is followed by an ing verb. Notice that Julia pauses for a moment. Is an expression used to think about something first before speaking. That's a great idea. Notice the emphasis on great. Julia has thought about it and then decided that she really does want to bake cookies. The recipe calls for is a way of saying the recipe says we need. The phrase call for can also be used to talk about the weather forecast. They're calling for rain. Flour, sugar, and butter. Notice that this is a list, so there are short pauses between each item. Notice also that each ingredient is stressed because this information is important. Why don't you? This expression is used to ask someone to do something. It can also be used to give advice, but in this case, two friends are deciding on who does which task. Aisle. Notice the silent S in aisle. An aisle is an orderly lane in a supermarket with shelved products on both sides. Each aisle has a number so that it is easy to find what you need. Around town. Running errands.
Hi there. How can I help you?
Well, I'm in town visiting for a few days, and I need to get some things done while I'm here.
Sure. What do you need?
I need to get my hair cut. I also need to have my new pants hemmed.
Okay, here's a map of the city. There's a good hair salon here, which is just a block away. And there's a tailor right here. Is there anything else?
Yes, I'll need to have my car serviced before my long drive home.
No problem. There's a good mechanic a few blocks away. Language notes.
Hi there. Notice the intonation in this greeting. It rises after hi and falls after there. Sure is a friendly expression to mean okay. Get my hair cut, have my new pants hemmed, have my car serviced. Notice get, have, plus object, plus participle. This structure is used to describe actions that someone else does for us. Get and have are interchangeable here. Is there anything else? Here means, do you need more information? Before my long drive home. Notice the emphasis and intonation on home. The speaker wants to show humor here. If she doesn't get her car checked, she might not get home. She wants to be friendly and light with the receptionist. No problem here means don't worry. Notice the stress on no. The receptionist laughs first, then puts emphasis on no by lengthening the word. This shows that she understands the car could break down if it doesn't get serviced.
Around town. At the post office.
What can I do for you today?
I need to mail this package to New York, please.
Okay, let's see how much it weighs. It's about 5 pounds. If you send it express, it will get there tomorrow. Or you can send it priority and it will get there by Saturday.
Saturday is fine. How much will that be?
$11.35. Do you need anything else?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I need a book of stamps too.
Okay, your total comes to $20.35.
Language notes. What can I do for you today? Notice that this question starts with what, so the intonation drops at the end of the question. Or you can send it priority. Notice the stress on or, which emphasizes that there is another possibility. 11:35, $20.35. Notice the two different ways the postal clerk says the price. First, he says $11.35 without the words dollars and cents. Then he says $20.35. Oh yeah is an expression used here to mean I just remembered something. It's often followed by I almost forgot. Your total comes to is a way of saying the cost is.
Around town, catching up after class.
Hey, how did your physics exam go?
Not bad, thanks. I'm just glad it's over. How about you? How'd your presentation go?
Oh, it went really well. Thanks for helping me with it.
No problem. So, do you feel like studying tomorrow for our math exam?
Yeah, sure. Come over around 10 o'clock after breakfast.
All right. I'll bring my notes.
Language notes. Hey is a friendly expression meaning hello. How did your physics exam go? Is a way of saying, how was your physics exam? I'm just glad. Notice the stress on glad. Just is used for emphasis before an adjective here. How about you? Notice the intonation falls here because the speaker is going to follow it up with a detailed question. How'd your presentation? Notice the contraction for how did sounds like how'd, and your sounds like your. Do you feel like here has the meaning of do you want to? Notice do you feel like is followed by an ing verb, studying. Come over here has the meaning of come to my house. Notes. Students take notes about what the teacher says during a lecture.
Around town, shopping.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a sweater in a size medium. Let's see. Here's a nice white one. What do you think? I think I'd rather have it in blue. Okay, here's blue in a medium. Would you like to try it on? Okay. Yes, I love it. It fits perfectly. How much is it? It's $50. It will be $53 with tax. Perfect. I'll take it.
Language notes. Can I help you? Or may I help you? Is what a salesperson normally says to greet a customer. I'm looking for a here means I don't know exactly which one I want. Size medium. Clothing usually comes in small, medium, and large sizes. Some women's clothing comes in number sizes, usually ranging from 2 to 16. Let's see. An expression used when a person wants to think something over, to make a choice or decision, or to look for something. I'd rather have it in here means I don't like this exact one. I would prefer it in a different color, size, material, etc. Would you like to? Is a polite way to ask, do you want to? Try it on means to test the fit or appearance of a garment by putting it on. Try on is a separable phrasal verb, so the object it goes between try and on. How much is it? Means how much does it cost? Notice that the main sentence stress falls on is in this question. I'll take it means I will buy it. Around town. Transportation.
Should we take a taxi or a bus to the mall?
Let's take a bus. It's impossible to get a taxi during rush hour.
Isn't that a bus stop over there?
Yes. Oh, there's a bus now. We'll have to run to catch it.
Oh no, we just missed it.
No problem. There'll be another one in 10 minutes.
Language notes. Should we or is a way of asking which is better. Should is used to ask for an opinion. Note that we do not say will here. Take a taxi or a bus. The word or signals a choice here. Notice the rising intonation on taxi, the first choice, and falling intonation on bus, the second choice. Let's, let us, means I think we should do this. Rush hour is the time of day when most people are going to or from work. In most American cities, rush hour is from about 7:30 to 9 a.m. and from about 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Notice that rush hour is a compound noun with the main stress on the first word. Isn't that? This is a negative question. The speaker expects an affirmative answer. It is used to check information. Bus stop is a compound noun with the main stress on the first word. Oh is an exclamation used to express alarm or surprise. Oh no is an expression used to express disappointment. We just missed it here means we arrived a moment too late to get the bus. Notice the emphasis on just to show the very recent past.
Who wrote the letter to you?
My dad wrote the letter to me when he was on a business trip.
Did you keep the letter?
Yes, put it in a folder. Whenever I'm down, reading his letter would be a good way to cheer me up.
What was the letter about?
He told me about his new workplace and how things were there.
How did you feel about the letter?
I was glad to know that he was fine in another city.
Do you have a letter collection?
Yes, I collected all the letters from family and friends. It's one of my hobbies.
Do you like writing letters or emails?
I prefer writing paper letters.
Do people in your country usually write letters?
Years ago, they did. Now people prefer emails.
What's the difference between emails and handwritten letters?
Emails are much more convenient than letters because they're free to send and they get there instantly. However, letters are much more special.
Why should we write letters to friends or relatives?
It's a good way to show love to people you care about.
What is your hobby?
I like playing sports, especially swimming.
Is your hobby common in your country?
Yes, kids, adults, and senior citizens all like swimming in my country.
Is your hobby the same as when you were a child?
Yes, I was fond of swimming when I was a little girl.
When did you start practicing that hobby?
I started swimming when I was 5 years old.
Is there anybody in your family who you share your hobby with?
My dad, he taught me how to swim.
How much time do you spend on your hobby?
I usually go to the swimming pool twice a week.
What benefits do you get from it?
Swimming is a really good workout. It helps me keep fit and chill out after a long day working.
Have you ever heard of someone having a very unusual hobby?
Yes, my cousin loves tattooing vehicles. He puts stickers everywhere on his car.
What do you think about someone having weird hobbies?
I don't think any hobby is weird. It's just what you like to do, so I don't judge others.
What hobbies are usually expensive in your country?
Playing golf is a really expensive hobby. Only the rich can afford to buy golf supplies.
What kind of music do you like?
I'm crazy about pop music.
Is that the kind of music preferred in your country?
It varies. Normally the youth enjoy rock and pop, while middle-aged citizens prefer country music.
Who is your favorite singer?
I'm a big fan of Miley Cyrus, a talented U.S. singer, songwriter, and actress.
What piece of music do you like? Who sang that song?
My favorite song is Jolene, sung by Miley Cyrus.
How much time a day do you spend listening to music?
I usually listen to music all day with an MP3 player.
Do you feel relaxed listening to music?
Sure, I feel like there are no more worries in the world.
Why is music important to us?
Music has the power of beautifying our life.
Do you usually go to bars or clubs?
Not often. I sometimes go there on weekends.
What do you think about the teenagers' music style?
Teenagers tend to choose loud and fast music, like rock or rap. Everyone has their own taste of music, though.
Have you ever thought of forming a music band?
No, I don't have any talent for music.
What practical skill have you learned?
Cooking is a practical skill that I have practiced recently.
Who taught you that skill?
My mom is the best cook. She taught me everything about how to make soup, salad, omelets, cake, etc.
How did you learn it?
She shows me how to buy food, prepare ingredients, and cook meals whenever she's in the kitchen. I learned how to boil, grill, steam, fry, braise, etc. day by day.
Why did you learn it?
I just want to be a good cook like my mom when I get married. I will prepare the best dishes for my husband and children.
How long did it take for you to learn it?
I learned it in 4 years. The skill seems to be strengthened when I live apart from my family for studying.
How often do you use this skill?
I cook every day. I also love homemade food.
How has this skill helped you?
It makes me more confident whenever I go on a picnic outside. I'm always responsible for the barbecue.
Do people in your family know this skill too?
My younger sister knows how to cook too. She has just started learning.
Do all skills need learning?
Yes, they do. Practice makes perfect.
How is this skill important to you?
It's an essential life skill. All women need to know this to keep their family warm and happy.
Are you an animal lover?
Yes, I am. I love animals.
Are you raising any pets?
Yes, I have a pit bull puppy at home.
What is it like?
My puppy is friendly, highly intelligent, and well-behaved. He always waves his tail and licks my hand to welcome me home.
What does it look like?
He's a medium-sized puppy with a strong neck, broad chest, and brown hair.
What are its habits?
My pit bull puppy loves doing exercise every day. When he plays to win.
What do you usually do with it?
We usually play tennis together. My puppy helps me pick up tennis balls.
What does it like to eat?
He loves beef, chicken, and some dairy products.
What do you learn from it?
He teaches me loyalty. An adult pit bull may make me feel safe.
Why do people keep pets?
They consider pets as their loyal companions, which make their life better.
Are pets well looked after in your country?
Yes, people in my country love pets.
What sport do you like?
I like playing badminton.
Is it easy to play that sport?
Yes, it's pretty easy to play.
Is that sport popular in your country?
Yes, it is.
How long have you been practicing that sport?
I have been practicing it for 5 years.
Who do you play sports with?
I play badminton with my friends, sometimes with my brother.
How often do you play that sport?
I play badminton every weekend.
What benefits can you get from that sport?
It helps strengthen my muscles because while playing, I have to move continuously. It is good to burn calories as well.
Do you like watching football, online or offline?
Yes, I do. I prefer watching football offline and online. Going to the stadium, shouting and cheering are good to release stress.
What is your favorite football team?
I like the Manchester United Football Club, also known as the Red Devils.
Why is sport important?
Sports are sources of recreation. People can learn how to encourage team spirit when they play sports too.
What school did you go to?
I went to Millennium High School, founded in 1999.
Where is the school located?
It's located in New York City, United States.
Do you like the architecture of the school?
Yes, I do. The architecture is not really impressive, but I like it that the building's architects left plenty of space for lounging.
What are the teachers like?
Most of the teachers there are helpful and friendly. I especially like Mr. Mike, my physics teacher.
How long have you spent there?
I have spent 3 years of upper secondary school there.
Is that a single-sex school?
No, it isn't. This is a unisex school.
Do you like the school uniform?
We don't wear uniforms at school, actually.
Why do you enjoy the time there?
Although I had to deal with quite a heavy workload, I enjoy the relaxing atmosphere when hanging out with friends in the cafeteria there.
What important lesson did you learn from school?
I learned how to work in a group in which there are many friends coming from different cultures. That's the lesson of cooperation.
Will you recommend that school to others?
Yes, of course. I am proud to recommend Millennium High School to anyone who is searching for a good place to learn.
How many popular festivals are there in your country?
There are many. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick Day, Easter, etc.
What is the most important festival in your country?
I believe that New Year's Day is the most important one since it's a chance for family reunion and parties. People gather together to welcome the new year.
When does it take place?
It occurs on January 1st.
Where's the festival celebrated?
The New Year's Day is celebrated all over the country. Each family has its own way to celebrate the day.
What do people do to prepare for the festival?
Before New Year's Day, people go shopping for food and drinks, repair the house, or put up decor.
Who can join the festival?
It's a day for everybody.
What do people do in the festival?
On New Year's Eve, people have a party with traditional food and drinks. After that, they may visit friends or relatives, go to the movies, or watch sports.
What's special about that festival?
It marks the end of a year and celebrates a new year. People believe that the things they do on the first day will bring good luck and prosperity to them during the whole year.
Is the festival culturally related?
Sure, the festival is an integral part of culture.
Why is a festival important?
It adds structure to our social lives and connects us with our families and backgrounds.
Where did you go for holiday?
Last year, I went to Singapore, a Southeast Asian country.
Why did you choose that destination?
I love to travel to Asian countries, and Singapore was my best choice because of its beauty and culture.
How long did it last?
I stayed there for 2 weeks.
Who went with you?
I traveled to Singapore with my best friends.
How did you travel?
We flew there, of course. During the time there, we moved mostly by MRT and taxi.
What did you pack up?
I only brought some necessary items, such as money, clothes, medicine, a map, and a digital camera.
What did you do during the holiday?
We visited famous tourist attractions like Marina Bay Sands, Merlion Park, Art Science Museum, Singapore Flyers. We also enjoyed local cuisine there.
What's the difference between holidays today and 20 years ago?
Well, it has changed a lot. People now can afford holidays outside their countries, while 20 years ago, traveling abroad seemed hard.
At what time do people in your country usually go on holiday?
It depends on what job people have. When they have a break from work, they will find somewhere to travel.
Do you like shopping?
Yes, I'm a shopaholic.
What do you usually shop for?
I usually shop for clothes. I'm a big fashion fan.
Where do you go shopping?
At some fashion boutiques in my neighborhood.
Are there many shops in your neighborhood?
Yes, my area is the city center, so I have many choices of where to shop.
Do you spend much money on shopping?
Yes, and I'm usually broke at the end of the month.
Do you usually shop online? What items?
Yes, but not really often. I only buy furniture online.
What's the difference between shopping online and offline?
Unlike shopping offline, you cannot try on the pieces of clothes or check the material when shopping online.
Do you like to cook?
Yes, I do. Cooking helps me feel relaxed after long hours of working.
Is there any kind of food you don't like?
I don't really like fried chicken, which is very high in fat.
Do you eat out or cook at home?
I usually cook at home. Sometimes when I'm busy, I go out to eat.
How often do you cook?
Just when I have free time. My mom is often responsible for preparing meals. She's the best cook ever.
What's your favorite food?
I'm addicted to sushi. I can eat sushi every day.
Is it Western or Asian cuisine?
It's Asian cuisine. Sushi is derived from Japan.
Is it easy to make your favorite food?
Yes, I guess. The recipe is quite simple.
What ingredients do you need to make that food?
I would need rice, eggs, meat, seafood, and vegetables.
What do you think about fast food?
I don't really like fast food. It's not healthy at all.
Would you say that you have a healthy diet?
Yes, I would. I prefer eating vitamins, protein, and less fat.
What's the most useful household appliance that you have?
That's definitely the washing machine.
When did you buy it?
I bought it 2 years ago. Actually, my mom gave it to me as a birthday present.
Is it expensive?
I don't think it costs that much.
Is it easy to use?
Yes, it's pretty simple.
How does it work?
Press the desired button and everything will be done within several minutes.
How often do you use it?
I wash my clothes twice a week.
Will you replace it with a more modern one?
No, because it was a present and it's still working well.
How does your life change with that household appliance?
It makes our life more convenient. We can save time as well.
Do you think that household appliances will make people lazier and lazier?
Yes, to some extent. With the help of electronic equipment, people tend to forget manual tasks and become lazier.
What's your favorite music band?
I'm a big fan of One Direction. There are 5 singers in the band.
Is it famous around the world?
Yes, it is. The band is well known around the world. Almost all teenagers love them.
What's their taste of music?
They sing pop music. Their most famous song may be What Makes You Beautiful.
Are they good at dancing?
Yes, I think so. I fall in love with their every step.
Have you ever seen them in real life?
Nope, I just watch them on media. I wish I will see them one day.
How often do you come to their show?
I watch videos almost every day. Listening to their songs helps me chill out.
Can you sing their songs?
Yes, but only one song. I just keep singing it over and over again every day.
Do your friends like them?
Of course, we usually watch their performances and discuss it together.
Do they have anti-fans?
Yes, every famous singer has anti-fans.
Who is your neighbor?
My neighbor is a university student. He lives next to my apartment.
When did you become neighbors?
I first met him when I moved to this apartment 2 years ago.
Is he friendly?
Yes, he is. He always smiles when he sees me.
How often do you see him?
Every day at the gate. Sometimes I invite him to my apartment when I throw a party.
Do you have any problems with him?
Only once when he sang karaoke too loud, which kept me awake all night. We ended up talking to each other the next day, and he never sang karaoke at midnight from then on.
Does he usually help you?
Yes, he does. He usually helps me run errands.
Would you be sad if he moves to another area?
Yes, of course. That will upset me if he leaves.
What's the difference between friends and neighbors?
I'm not quite sure, but I think the difference may lie in the relationship. A friend can be someone you share your feelings with, while a neighbor can just be someone living next door.
What do you need to be a good neighbor?
Being respectful is the most important factor in building a good relationship.
Do you like visiting natural places?
Yes, I do. Being close to nature helps me release stress and worry.
What's the most impressive natural scenery you've ever seen?
That's the horseshoe of the Colorado River in Arizona. It's such a great scenic place on Earth.
When did you see it?
I visited the place last summer holiday.
Who went with you?
I went there with my family. We camped near the place.
What's special about it?
I'm fond of the great nature there. It's a horseshoe-shaped meander of Colorado River.
How has it changed recently?
It doesn't change much, actually.
What's the next natural scenery you would like to visit?
My next destination would be the Maroon Bells in Colorado. I fell in love with mountain ranges and yellow flowers there.
What can people get from visiting natural places?
People will get closer to Mother Nature. Children have more motivation to discover the world around them.
What are some famous natural attractions in your country?
There are many, such as Death Valley, Niagara Falls, the Redwoods, and the Grand Canyon, to name a few.
What's the weather like in your country?
Well, there are 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter, which vary considerably in characteristics.
What kind of weather do you like?
I enjoy hot weather. There are more things to do when it's sunny. I love swimming and sunbathing.
What months have the best weather in your country?
I believe it depends. For me, the best weather is from June to August when it's warm across the country.
Do you like it when it rains?
Not at all. I hate raining.
How does the weather affect your feelings?
I usually have a bad mood when it rains. The rain reminds me of sad memories.
How has the weather changed recently?
Due to global warming, the weather has become more and more unpredictable. It's boiling hot in summer and freezing cold on winter days.
Do you usually watch the weather forecast?
No, not very often.
What's your favorite season? Why?
Let's see. I love spring when trees and flowers blossom.
What do you like to do when it's windy?
When it's windy, I like flying a kite with my friends. That's interesting.
Are you comfortable with a traffic jam?
Not at all. I feel annoyed.
Why does it happen?
Because there are too many vehicles on the streets during rush hours, I bet.
How often do you sit in a traffic jam?
Just every day when I finish office hour and go back home.
What time in a day are you usually caught in a traffic jam?
In rush hour at 7 a.m. and 5 p.m.
How long does it take to escape from the traffic jam?
At least half an hour.
What do you do while waiting in a long line?
I often glance at my watch, actually.
Have you ever had any trouble caused by a traffic jam?
Yes, just yesterday I was late for an important meeting with my clients.
How has the traffic situation changed recently?
There are more vehicles, which makes traffic jam more and more serious.
What law do you like?
I like the traffic law of wearing the helmet when traveling by motorbike.
Is that an international law?
Yes, people around the world follow this law.
When was it issued?
I'm not quite sure, but I guess a long time ago.
Who told you that law?
I learned it at school.
Is it easy to follow that law?
Yes, it is. It doesn't cause any inconvenience at all.
What do you think about that law?
The traffic law is so necessary for traffic participants when they're on the road.
What benefit can you get from following that law?
It may keep me safe from traffic accidents.
Why should people obey the law strictly?
Following law is a good way to protect themselves, as well as others.
What can be done to encourage people to follow the law?
Obeying law is people's responsibility. If they go against the law, they'll put themselves in trouble.
What outdoor activity do you participate in?
I do many, but my favorite one is jogging.
Where do you do it?
I go jogging in the park near my place.
Who do you do outdoor activities with?
I usually go jogging with my family.
Who shares the same interests as you?
My family, especially my dad. We usually jog together.
How often do you take part in outdoor activities?
Every morning, except on rainy days.
How do you feel after activities?
I feel really relaxed and refreshed.
What benefits can you get from outdoor activities?
It's a good workout method. Jogging is also a good way for me to charge batteries for a long day working.
Do you usually play sports outdoors?
Yes, I do. I play volleyball and swim outdoors.
Why are children less interested in outdoor activities nowadays?
Children nowadays prefer high-tech gadgets like computers, iPads, and phones to outdoor activities.
How many kinds of pollution are there?
There are many types of pollution: land, water, noise, air, light, thermal pollution.
What type of pollution is popular in your country?
The most popular one is water pollution, I guess.
Have you ever littered?
Yes, I have. But when I was taught the lesson of protecting Mother Nature, I quit littering.
What can you do to help prevent pollution?
Reduce and reuse whatever I can to eliminate the amount of waste is what I can do to prevent pollution.
What does the government do to encourage people to protect the environment?
They organize some campaigns to raise the awareness of people. Everything should start from education.
Are people in your country aware of the environmental issues?
Yes, they are. They care about what happens to the environment around them.
Is there any law to enforce people to protect the environment?
Yes, the environment law states punishments to people doing harm to the environment.